Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video, we're working on a 2017 Toyota Corolla. And we're just doing the front brake pads, just the pads only. Customer opted not to do the rotors. He said they were still good, but I let him know, hey, just putting on new pads, I can't assure you that it's not gonna squeal or anything when you're braking. So work safely, jack stand, wheel chocks in the back. Removing the lug nuts real quick. And the cap says Scion, but those wheels came from a Scion. This is a Toyota. Same thing. So removing the two 14mm caliper bolts, top one and bottom. Got this S-hook here. Just moving the caliper out of the way so it just doesn't hang there by the hose. Removing the old brake pads. And then I'm gonna take the bracket off just because I want to clean, and these are 17mm bolts. Just because I want to clean the caliper bracket when I put the new hardware in, and also want to clean the pins and add some grease to the pins, the guide pins. So this is the new hardware this kit came with. These are the import direct brakes. Pretty good, very nice packaging. But I use these brake pads and the rotors. Pretty good. So popping the old hardware off, just cleaning up the brake caliper bracket. Just clean up the, the mounting surfaces. And then popping the new hardware in. Cleaning up the other side. Popping those in. Just making sure it's seized now right here. The caliper guide pin was all rusted up in there. I guess they never greased it in the past brake jobs. So I took it out with the air hammer. I tried a punch and a hammer and that wasn't working at all. It was stuck. Cleaned it up real nice. Added some grease to it. It wasn't bent or anything. And then just put it back in there and there you go. Slides in and out pretty good. Now doing the other side. Same thing, clean the old grease off. Make sure it's nice and clean when you put the new grease in there. And just add the grease all along the bolt there, not to the bottom. You don't want to create like an air pocket. Push it in, it should snap into that little rubber piece or dust. And then this guy, because he put those Scion wheels on there, he has a spacer for it. And then just putting that nut on there just to hold the rotor in place when I'm putting the caliper bracket and caliper back in, it's not wobbling all over the place. So putting the 17mm first, and then gonna tighten those down. I'm just checking the gaps between there, that nothing's rubbing up, you're not hearing any weird noises. Then tightening it up. Always want to check that though, see if you hear noise first. That way you can adjust while everything's not on. So tightening the upper and lower bracket bolts, and then putting the new brake pads in. You always want to be careful on these. Sometimes they would say inner or outer, so just watch out for that. gonna push the gonna push the brake piston in, and just do it slowly. You don't have to hurry up this process here. Now that you got enough room, you can put your brake caliper in, and then putting the 14mm bolts back on. Gonna snug these up nice. Torque is in the hands. Torque is in the hands. All right, and we're doing the passenger side next. It's basically the same thing. Hang the caliper out of the way. Doing the bottom bracket bolt, loosening it up, and then gonna take that one out. Popping the old hardware off. And when you seat these down, make sure you got the orientation right, and make sure they do snap in. They're pretty sharp from that end, so that's why I use the brush right there, the wooden piece of the brush to snap that in. Just a good practice to make sure everything's clean. You know, you don't need to clean the whole bracket. Just like I said, mounting surfaces, where the bolts go, where those that hardware goes. And you can hear they'll snap in. Clean the guide pins. And adding some grease to it. Just be careful not to tear up that boot. And then mounting the bracket back in. Those 17mm bolts. Tightening them up. Okay. Putting the brake pads in. And giving it a, gonna put in the piston, push it in, same process, push it in slowly. Now that you got enough room, you can put the caliper in. Those little 14mm bolts. Bottom one. Tighten those down. And after that, before putting the wheel on, double check all your work. Make sure all the bolts are tightened up again, even though you know you did it. Double check it. Put the wheel back on. Torque those up. Torque the lug nuts up. before taking it for a test drive. You depress the brakes 3 times, hold it on the third for a little bit, another 3 times, hold it so it gets firm and you're ready to go. Take it for a test drive. Well, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate the support.